Hello, welcome to HITC Sport. Alright, Premier League weekend review. Does anyone still care? I mean, it's Tuesday. I feel like this is like me telling you what I did on Christmas Day, crying into a bowl of mashed potato. But listen, the Antonio Conte to Spurs video delayed this by a day. So go on then. For those of you who still care enough to click on the damn video, then alright, let's get on with it. What happened in Premier League match week 10. Right, let's go. Tottenham 0, Man United 3. Okay, I mostly covered this in the Conte video, but alright. I'll say it again. Brilliant performance from Man United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer once again saving his job for another month. But someone, please free Donny van de Beek. They say his best position is the number 10 role, but that he's still a pretty brilliant number 8. Well, here, Solskjaer picked 2 number 8s, and one of them was named Fred. Van de Beek was once nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Sure, he didn't win a single vote, but still. Even now, after watching arguably the worst midfield performance in the history of sport last week, still, you can't dislodge either Fred or Scott McTominay. At the time, Edwin van der Sar wrote a mushy letter from Ajax about letting him go to Man United. This was the final paragraph.
Please take good care of our Donny and help him dream. Enjoy the future, Edwin van der Sar.
Please take good care of our Donny. This is the equivalent of asking your babysitter to take good care of your kids. And then she locked the toddler in the pantry before getting drunk on the couch. Van de Beek is like a neglected little boy. I mean, this is his life now. Eating sad slices of pizza in his hotel room whilst watching The Simpsons and crying himself to sleep. He turns 25 years old this season, and yet Frankie de Jong's former partner in crime is rotting like a lump of expired dog food on his couch. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2. What a save. I'm sorry. What a save! I'm gonna hold my hands up. I thought when Arsenal paid over £20 million for a relegated ham sandwich like Aaron Ramsdale, a man who spent his entire career stuck to the foot of the league, I thought selling a man one summer away from winning the Copa America with Messi, only to replace him with a former Chesterfield number 1, I honestly thought Mikel Arteta should have tests done in his brain. Selling an Argentine number 1 to fish around some lump of dried cabbage board in Stoke? I mean, as an Arsenal number 1, you want leadership qualities. You want personality from your goalkeeper. Play the damn clip!
Yeah, boy. That's Aaron Ramsdale, that is, you know. What a guy. You're right, Geese.
I'm alright, how are you, bro?
Anyway, you enjoying it here, yeah?
Yeah, loving it.
He looks like he's got the personality of a toaster. Just looking like an awkward student called to the principal's office after being caught urinating in the teacher's desk. This is a guy who conceded a combined 120 goals over the last 2 Premier League seasons for 2 different clubs. You can't blame me for coming to the conclusion that having him standing in goal is like putting a seagull behind the wheel of a car. Listen, I know he made some good saves for Bournemouth and Sheffield United at times. I'm not blind to that. But when you get shot at 20 times a game, some of your saves are going to be good. I mean, Christ above, Rob Green used to make some worldly saves, and he was mostly as sturdy as set of tape. Don't get me wrong, brilliant all-round Arsenal performance. Goals from Gabriel Magalhaes and Emile Smith-Rowe gave them the 3 points in what is a pretty incredible win. I mean, let's not forget, Man United conceded 4 at this ground 2 weeks ago. But Ramsdale, a round of applause. I assumed you were just another bird brain championship fudge with the wrist strength of a chicken nugget, but based on that showing, you look like the Stoke Shay Given. For years, Arsenal's Royal Rovers Cup hero was Aaron Ramsey. Nah. From now on, it's all about Aaron Ramsdale. I mean, England have a history of producing mostly hamburger goalies. I mean, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because there's a habit in this country when, as kids, you just stick the fat one in goal. So you can't be surprised when the thousands of junior league goalkeepers look like Martin Prince. Kids who prepare for a match by eating a bucket of chicken wings and half a box of Frosties in their dad's car. Kids who are probably able to tie their elbow flap in a knot. You can't be shocked when the best of the rest in once a generation is Paul Robinson and Rob Green. But now, Jordan Pickford, finally the man's got some competition. Finally, he can now be held accountable for the afternoons where he concedes 5 against Watford. Aussie, Aaron Ramsdale, keep up this level of performance. And you're going to be England's number 1 next Christmas in Qatar. They're playing a stadium which probably has the blood of migrant workers on the seats. Did I say too much? Hopefully in the next video I'll still have both my wrists. Liverpool 2, Brighton 2. Complacency. Simple as that. If you turn up to Old Trafford and stick 5 past David De Gea, then don't you dare drop points at home to Brighton. There is no excuse. I don't care if Graham Potter is everyone's flavour of the month. Am I the only one not seduced by this brand of football? Am I the only one not drooling down my chin? Because honestly, all the hype. Honestly, I haven't seen this level of hype and Potter mania since that teenage wizard in Gryffindor made love to the Sorting Hat. I haven't read the books. But am I the only one who's heard this all before and seen this all before with Roberto Martinez at Wigan and Michael Laudrup at Swansea? 2 men who stuck some silverware in the locker, by the way. But are they now the elite managers in world football? I've seen all these stylish ball-playing gaffers come and go. I remember the hype around Paul Lambert, David Wagner, Eddie Howe, even Carlos Carvajal. They always seem to end up being anticlimactic sludge, who mostly seem to get relegated. But fine, for now, let's just humour the media and listen to them tip him for all the big jobs. As if he's ever going to wind up at Old Trafford. Let the comment section be filled with people saying that I have the ball knowledge of a terminally ill Oscar the Grouch. That I should go back to spoon feeding lumps of spaghetti up my nose. But trust me, let's make a bet. If Graham Potter, stylish Graham Potter, I mean, let's not forget 18 months ago, Nuno Espirito Santo. No, he didn't play nice football, but he was the one being tipped for all the top 6 jobs after the miracle work he did at Wolves. And then he slid off the mat, and now he was dumped after 10 games. Trust me, let's make a bet. If Potter, stylish Graham Potter, is the manager of a Premier League team in the top 6 of the table by Christmas 2022, I will go to the barbers and eat a bowl of my own hair. For Liverpool, this wasn't a complete disaster, but come on. 2-0 up at home to Brighton, you should be saying the game out. Man City 0, Crystal Palace 2. Was I the only one who knew that Man City wouldn't win this match?
You know what? I'm gonna go for a shock here. I think there's gonna be another match where Pep Guardiola has a tactical cough. Vieira will surprise him with an adventurous attacking lineup. Christian Benteke will take them 1-0 up in the first half before Raheem Sterling rescues a late point. Yeah, I'll go for a 1-0 draw. City are gonna win 5-0 now, aren't they?
Why? Why did I go for a half-hearted draw? I should have gone for the Palace win. Honestly, this club, they're not daunted by the Etihad. Every time they go there, they turn up to take City's throats. Again, this is a video where, again, I have to apologise. I tipped Palace for relegation. I thought Patrick Vieira was just another big-name footballer resting on the laurels of his playing CV, and in reality, he was just another brand of shepherd's pie coach who belongs to the Championship. No, I'm sorry. This man is the real deal. Yes, Thierry Henry was the Arsenal legend who's got less tactics than a garden gnome, but Vieira, you've just outwitted one of the best coaches in the world. They talk about Brendan Rodgers being in the frame to replace Pep Guardiola, but why not Vieira? Rodgers is a man who, when his career was stuffed down a well, rejected the chance to become assistant coach at City, ungratefully slapping their hand away. But Vieira, he spent 5 years at the Etihad as both a player and a coach, and then 3 more years still under the City umbrella at New York City FC, helping to develop the likes of Jack Harrison, sticking this weedy Manchester United reject into a midfield with Andrea Pirlo. Vieira is a man who uses an adventurous 4-3-3 formation. He favours box-to-box goal-scoring midfielders like Conor Gallagher, and he values a possession-based game with attacking fullbacks. This is Man City DNA, which was slightly robbed from Barcelona. The man's come into Sellers Park, swept away the stale Roy Hodgson cobwebs, and honestly, this is the season where his management career could have crumbled into wet tissue, like Frank de Boer 4 years ago, trying too much too soon. I mean, if he was sacked in March with his New York Palace team stuck 19th in the league, it would be back to the MLS to go and coach Columbus Crew. If Vieira can turn Palace into a top half club, then why not give him the Etihad gig in 2023? But still, this is the 5th game this season where Man City haven't scored a goal, and Jack Grealish has played in all those games. 2 goals, 3 assists in 1,014 minutes. No Premier League goals in 2.5 months. This is November, and he looks about as dangerous as a lump of cornflakes. Don't you tell me this boy isn't flopping. £100 million for someone who looks like Lindsay Lohan fresh out of rehab. Honestly, at this rate, he'll soon be back at Villa Park on loan. Newcastle 0, Chelsea 3. What more do you want me to say? Newcastle might be the richest club on the planet, but this is just nightmare football. But again, Chelsea are the product of 18 years of ambitious spending. This Newcastle team is the result of 14 years of Mike Ashley neglect. It's fitting they've still got Sports Direct staining the stadium walls. This is like pitting a silver spoon rich boy like Tommy Fury against some orphan who got cigarette burns put out on them in the orphanage. I mean, it's not really a fair contest. This Newcastle team are 6 points adrift of safety already. I'm sorry, what are you waiting for? Stop sitting on your hands and give the job to a manager. It looks like it's going to be Unai Emery. So yeah, good. Grab Graham Jones by the ears and chuck him off a 3-story window. Scrub the stadium with bleach until the smell of Steve Bruce is no longer there. And yeah, I'm convinced that under Unai Emery, Newcastle, that's the perfect appointment. But listen, a further video coming soon on that once he gets confirmed. But for now, bring on the Unai Emery revolution, Newcastle. Watford 0, Southampton 1. Yeah, again, Claudio Ranieri's gonna get sacked before Christmas. I'm not surprised by this result. Maddeningly inconsistent. Norwich 1, Leeds 2. Congratulations, Norwich! You just scored your 3rd Premier League goal of the season. But yeah, this is just all kinds of embarrassing. A strike force of Timu Pukki and Josh Sargent. It's about as scary as dressing up for Halloween as a traffic cone. Premier League defence is watching those two up front. They're surely laughing through their teeth. Aston Villa 1, West Ham 4. I think it's time to sack Dean Smith. Listen, brilliant win for West Ham, and the job David Moyes is doing is utterly incredible. I mean, really, I thought after the repeated failures at Man United, Sunderland, and Real Sociedad, I think that would prove that he was just a dinosaur coach who was completely left behind. His stock could not have been lower in 2017. Having had to wait until Christmas 2016 to win his first home match at Sunderland, and that was the only home match he'd ever win. It was sad to see a former brilliant Everton coach be tactically annihilated each and every week. It was like watching what happened to Martin O'Neill at Sunderland. It was just sad. Tell someone back then that within 4 years, he would have West Ham 4th in the league in November. You'd think whoever told you was borderline insane. If this man can get Everton into the top 4 in 2005, and then repeat that with West Ham 17 years later, despite all the billions pumped into the Premier League since then there might just be an argument to be had that for durability alone, David Moyes might just be the best manager outside the top 6 the Premier League has ever seen. Wolves 2, Everton 1. Again, I must confess I didn't really watch the match. Everton lost again. I hope the Toffees don't turn on Rafa Benitez. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe. As always, I'll talk to you in a while.